Cambodian Genocide, a Survivor's Story, Episode 8, The Spiral of Fear. By 1977, the Angkar wasn't just looking for class enemies. They were looking for ghosts. The paranoia shifted. They began to set traps. They would test us. They'd hand a man a book upside down to see if he'd flip it over proof he could read. They'd ask complex questions about history or math. If you slipped and showed your education, you were gone. Literacy became a death sentence. Then came the great internal collapse. The Angkar turned its sights on the eastern zone. They accused their own cadres of having Vietnamese minds in Cambodian bodies. This wasn't just a political shift. It was a massacre. Thousands of Khmer Rouge officials, people who had enforced the rules yesterday, were the victims today. When the purges hit our camps, the violence became erratic. The old guards were replaced by younger, more fanatical ones from the southeast. In the early years, you died for being a new person. Now you died for a potato. The threshold for execution dropped to 0. Extreme exhaustion or sickness was now viewed as sabotage. If you were too weak to work, you were useless to the Angkar. Fear was no longer a tool for control. It was the only thing the regime had left. During this spiral, we lost our anchors. The older generation, our grandparents, the village elders were the first to succumb to the starvation. With them, we lost our history. They were the ones who whispered the old poems and kept our traditions alive in secret. Their deaths were a double tragedy, the loss of a loved one and the extinction of our cultural memory. We were becoming a nation of orphans with no past. In the children's unit, the air grew colder. The Angkar increased the pressure. They told us that our true parents were the Angkar, and that to love our biological family was a crime. The informers were everywhere. Even a child's innocent remark could be twisted into a betrayal. We stopped talking. We stopped playing. We became small, hollow shells, surviving on instincts alone. The spiral was tightening. The regime was starving, paranoid, and bleeding from within. We didn't know it then, but the end was approaching, not through mercy, but through the total collapse of the world they had built. We were living in the heart of a dying beast, and the closer it got to death, the more dangerous its thrashing became. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe for more episodes. Thank you for watching.